Hi, how are you? You're the new driver and manager for our team, right? My name is Bobby. I can guide you through our facility if you want. This home screen is our center of operations. From here, you can go to any part of the facility you want. First, I think it would be a good idea to introduce you to your team. Navigate to Staff. Here, you can find everything you want to know about the team that will help you win your races. On the left are the members of your staff. You can navigate between them by pressing up or down. Each staff member has their own attributes, which are shown on the card on the right. The stars represent how experienced they are. The more experience they have, the higher the number is for the attribute on their card. You see these slots with a plus sign? These are empty slots. It seems we're missing a meteorologist. Luckily, I've already found someone you can hire. Hiring someone is easy. You can do it in two ways. You can select an empty slot or the person you want to hire. Then it'll give you the options of who you can pick and where you can place them. Try it now. Congratulations on your new team member. You can look around some more or go back to the facility to learn how to advance time. The season hasn't really started, but it's probably time we started earning some cash. For that, we need to participate in events. These always happen on the weekend. But today is not an event day. Here you have an overview of the whole season. Right now, only events are shown on the calendar. But if you perform other tasks, they'll appear on here as well. You can use the calendar to advance time. Use the Start Passing Time button to start passing time. The calendar will automatically stop when something important is scheduled, such as an event, or if you press Stop Passing Time. Now start passing time until we get to our first event. Great! Now we can go to the event and take part. Okay, for this event, I'll give you a small introduction on how to drive a UTV. Welcome to our training area. This is your personal UTV. It's great to learn to drive with. Start by accelerating, then stop by braking in the marked zone. Easy start, right? Now do the same again, but try to stay within the cones. Your UTV is made to go off-road. This means rougher terrain, so let's go off-road and drive to the marked area. Well done! But this isn't a regular car. I have more to teach you. Now, as you can see here, you have different modes for your drivetrain. Let's start with rear-wheel drive. Now that it's in rear-wheel drive, all the engine power is sent to the rear wheels. It makes your buggy go faster, but you have less control and ability to crawl up hills or obstacles. But if you're on a straight, it can be useful. Drive to the marked area again. Put the vehicle in four-wheel drive. Good! Now it's in four-wheel drive open differential. This means that every wheel, front and back, gets powered separately. It's great for going off-road on rough terrain while retaining a lot of maneuverability and control. Drive to the marked zone. Did you feel the difference compared to the rear-wheel drive? But you still can't go up steep hills. Now put it in a lock differential. Lock differential powers both front and rear wheels, but makes them rotate at the same speed. This means you won't lose power on wheels with less grip. It makes you go faster off-road, but you lose some agility. If you ever feel like your four-wheel drive isn't powerful enough, the differential might help you out. Try to follow the track. Welcome to our training area. Start by accelerating, then stop by braking in the marked zone. Easy start, right? Now do the same again, but try to stay within the cones. Your UTV is made to go off-road. This means rougher terrain, so let's go off-road and drive to the marked area. Well done! But this isn't a regular car. I have more to teach you. Now, as you can see here, you have different modes for your drivetrain. Let's start with rear-wheel drive. Now that it's in rear-wheel drive, all the engine power is sent to the rear wheels. It makes your buggy go faster, but you have less control and ability to crawl up hills or obstacles. But if you're on a straight, it can be useful. Drive to the marked area again. Put the vehicle in four-wheel drive. Good! Now it's in four-wheel drive open differential. This means that every wheel, front and back, gets powered separately. It's great for going off-road on rough terrain while retaining a lot of maneuverability and control. Drive to the marked zone. Did you feel the difference compared to the rear-wheel drive? But you still can't go up steep hills. Now put it in a lock differential. Lock differential powers both front and rear wheels, but makes them rotate at the same speed. This means you won't lose power on wheels with less grip. It makes you go faster off-road, but you lose some agility. If you ever feel like your four-wheel drive isn't powerful enough, the differential might help you out. Try to follow the track. Excellent. I think you're starting to understand the different drivetrains. There are different types of races in this competition. All of them will be driven on a circuit where you drive laps, or as a sprint where you drive from point A to point B. The countdown will start in a second. When it says go, you go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
finishing a lap, the counter at the top will increase. It also indicates how many laps you need to drive. Each time you cross the finish line or drive a mile, a split time is shown. Great! Now try to finish the race. Congratulations on finishing your race. I'm already looking forward to the season. Here, you can check how you performed against the other drivers. If you're ready, we can claim your rewards. Look at that. You earned some experience and currency. This is, of course, very important to keep our team running and improving. I heard some rumors that there are some events where you can earn parts, too. Well, that's something to check out later. Let's head back to the facility. It looks like you've attracted some attention. They'll really help to get some extra in. In this area of our facility, you can look at an overview of your current and potential sponsor. You have 4 slots in total. The top one is your main sponsor, which gives you a seasonal objective. Completing this objective grants a large amount of currency and experience. Below that, there are 3 other slots for regular sponsor contracts. These sponsors will give smaller objectives per race with smaller rewards. Only one of these slots is available right now. The others can be unlocked in the R&D department. Try to hire a main sponsor for this season. Now sign an event sponsor. Good. This contract applies on a per-race basis. You will see your objectives when you start a race. You're now free to do whatever you want. I'll only bother you again when the next event starts. You're now free to do whatever you want. I'll only bother you again when the next event starts. Hey, I'm back. For your second side event, I want to teach you some things about ATVs. Right, let's get into it. Pass time until the next event in the calendar. Okay, I'll explain the ATV and obstacle course to you. The ATV is more agile than the UTV because of its size, but that also means you give up ground clearance. So make sure you don't get stuck on protruding rocks. Your tires also influence how your vehicle reacts on the terrain. Tires can be all-rounders or specialized for ground like sand, mud, trail, and rock. Drive toward the marked area. In the meantime, we'll change your tires to give you an idea of how different they feel. Obstacle courses are mostly made out of synthetic obstacles. Each driver tries to complete the course in the shortest time. But there are some rules. First, drive to the marked area while avoiding the cones. Hitting a cone will result in a time penalty. Some areas are marked by flags. Not entering or exiting those areas can result in major time penalties. Experiment with your four-wheel drive and differential lock. Seesaws are very easy if you understand how they work. You drive up the seesaw until it tips over. Then hold your brakes until it has completely tipped over. If the seesaw touches the ground with the other end, you're allowed to leave. If you drive off earlier, you will receive a penalty. Great. I think you're ready. Okay, let's figure out how we can invest the rewards we just earned. Welcome to our R&D department. This area is divided into two. There is the team experience area, where you can spend the skill points you've earned. And there is vehicle development, where you can invest currency you have earned to find new options for changing your vehicle setup. Let's go to team experience. Here, you can invest your skill points in the R&D tree. These points are earned by leveling up. You earn 3 points each level. You can find more info on the selected option in the top right. You can only acquire dark-colored skills. Try to spend a point for a new skill. As you can see, the connected skills around the one you just acquired are now dark colored, while the acquired one is now light colored. Light colored ones are skills you already own. Gray ones can be unlocked by acquiring a neighboring skill. You can look around a bit more here, or go back to the previous menu and enter the vehicle development area. Within the vehicle development area, you can find new vehicle parts and improve existing parts. The upper section is for research. Here your staff will research new tires, suspension setups, and vehicles. The bottom section is for upgrades. In the upgrade section, your mechanics can upgrade the engines, cages, and transmissions for your vehicles. Select a researcher and then pick what you want them to research. Good! You can now see a timer. This is the number of days left until the research is finished. This will also be marked on your calendar. Similar to the research section, you can pick an upgrade for your vehicle. Now we just wait for the professionals to finish their task. You're now free to do whatever you want. I'll only bother you again when the next event starts. Hey, I'm back. I'm here to teach you about the final vehicle class, the Rock Bouncer. As well as your tires, there are also different suspension setups. The way your suspension acts and how high you are above the ground has a big effect on your driving style. Drive to the marked area. We'll give you some different sets of suspensions to try. Nice! Did you feel how easy that was? Try to follow this path on an angled slope. Just like on your UTV, you can use the differential to get over obstacles more easily. Drive up this hill. It has some obstacles on the hill climb walls that will make it more difficult. Excellent! We'll now test your vertical skills in a hill climb race. I'll explain how it works. It's actually very simple. Just like the obstacle course, you need to set the best time. Your challenges will mostly involve natural obstacles placed in a vertical fashion. Try to reach the finish line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
How's the racing going? I see you've collected. It might be a good idea to do some scouting. Go to the staff department. At the top, you have 3 scouts. You can give each scout a new task to find potential employees. Enter what you're looking for, and the scout will offer you a price. If you accept the price, the scout will set out to find someone for the job. And now we wait. When they return, you're now free to do whatever. Okay, it's the big day. Today is the first Sunday of the month. That means it's competition. You'll be racing for points. You can enter the competition in the same way as other events. These main events are very simple. You'll have to participate in 3 categories: ATVs, UTVs, and rock bounces, but with your own vehicles. When you finish the race, you'll receive points based on your finishing place. These points will be added to the standings of this event. Based on the standings at the end of the event, you earn points toward the season rankings. At the end of the season, the team with the most points wins. If you win in Division 2, you'll be promoted to Division 1. In Division 1, you can compete for the trophy, but you can also get relegated if you end in the last 2 spots. Choose which race to start with. Here, you have the option to pick a vehicle or change it. In the world of off-road racing, choosing the best setup can be very important. Pick suitable wheels and suspensions for the terrain and type of race.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1, go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Not bad for a newcomer. Let's look at the rankings to see our current position. Go to the leaderboard from the facility home screen. In here, you can view your rank for the current and previous seasons. We haven't visited your garage yet. It's a smart idea to start repairing your parts after each meet. This means they'll be fixed by the time you want to use the vehicle again, or if you want to switch it out for a different. As you can see, the vehicles you've been using have been damaged. You can go into the vehicle build to repair parts using your mechanic. The mechanic will pause their other task to do this for you. You can only fix a damage. Now we wait until the mechanic is finished. Once finished, you'll receive a message. You can then assign the mechanic a new task, or they can continue their previous task. Oh, and before I forget, you can also change the look of your vehicle here, but I'm sure you can figure that out quite fast by yourself. Some of your vehicle development research has finished. Go to the research area to find out what the research results. Use the Claim button to claim your research. Wow, that seems cool, and you can change the part in your garage. Keep researching to find new parts and up.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
It seems your scout has found a target. Let's take a look at the scouting list to see what they found. Okay, you can see your scout has finished their search. You can use the Claim button to show what options they have for us. As you can see, every potential employee brings advantages and disadvantages. It's up to you to choose who you prefer. Great! Now we just need to assign your new staff member to their new job. To assign your new staff member, first select them. We need to replace our current staff member with a new one. The new staff member will go into the current staff member's spot. Select the current staff member now to replace them. It's always hard to say goodbye, but this is what we need to do to improve the team. Fire the staff member. The new staff member will continue where the previous mechanic left off. This one seems better in some aspects. In the future, you might get lucky and find some very talented people that will help your team immensely.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!